here it says not to, oh, it's right here, let's go, and then it says against the harlot Rome, the great city. And then here is not to be taken literally. I thought that was interesting. Here they describe that they're the great harlot that's spoken of in Revelation 17, and then they come down here and say is not to be taken literally. Isn't that something? For those that don't know, the New American Bible is the Catholic version of the Bible. Now I'm going to prove to you that this symbol right here is not a Christian symbol, but it is a symbol of Baal, and I will show you that. Of course, I'll show you on his hat is a symbol of Babylon, and here the cross, which they call the Christian cross, is nothing but a symbol of Babylon. Here is more symbolism on the Pope's uniform, symbol of Babylon. Of course, they call that the Iron Cross or the Maltese Cross, but it's a symbol of the sun god Baal. Even in the Egyptian tombstones before Christ came along, or Christianity, they had the symbols of Baal, the sun cross. Here it is right here. And here in Newsweek, Business Week, it says the Ankh, the god of Egypt, has been transformed into a Christian cross. Now we're going to dig and find out where that goes back to Babylon. This is the proof where this Iron Cross is not Christian, but it goes back to Babylon. And this is where it came from right here. Let me scroll down. Right here's the proof. It's a Babylonian plow. Right here, it's from the Museum of the University of Pennsylvania. And it's a gang of men plowing and sowing, and from a Babylonian seal impression of the 14th century BC. And so this is the proof right here that if you look up, there's the farmers plowing, and here you see, as clear as day, is there's the symbol of the sun symbol, S-U-N, the symbol of Babylon, Baal. And you can see it is worn by Adolf Hitler over his heart, the symbol of Baal. And they're all the Nazis and Germany at the time. This is the German mark of Germany. And you can see the symbols of the sun and Baal, the sun god. This is the symbols of the First Reich of the Holy Roman Empire. And there's the king's hat with the symbol of Babylon, or Baal, the sun god. There's a symbol of Baal on the Second Reich flag. And here's the symbol of the Third Reich. And here you see the symbols of Baal, the sun god, and the Nazi flags. This is a 33rd degree medal that is worn by the 33rd degree Masons. And here you see the Baal symbol. And right here we're gonna put this word that runs around the edge here in Google on the internet and find out what it says. And here you see order out of chaos, all in Latin. For those who have internet, the word that goes around this ring right here spells S-A-P-I-E-N-T-I-A. So S-A-P-I-E-N-T-I-A. And if you type that into Google, the search engine will take you to the Constitution of the Supreme Pontiff Pope. So here you see that the 33rd degree leads you to the Supreme Constitution of the Pontiff Pope. And you can do that on your internet. Just go to Google, type in that word, and you can see the direct connection through Freemasonry up through the Pope. And here you can see on their emblem is the three-finger salute, and right there is the guard that swears to protect the Pope, the Swiss guard at the Vatican, is doing the three-finger salute as an oath of office to protect the Pope, and that represents the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost type three-finger salute. And here you see you got the York Rite and you have the Scottish Rite. And you see as you climb the ladder on both sides, you have the Order of the Red Cross, the Order of the Knights of Malta, the Order of the Knights Templar. And so you see these are all Catholic levels as you go up to the 33rd degree. And here you got the Scottish Rite. And look at this, the Grand Pontiff is a level, that's the Pope's office. The Knights, anytime there's a knight, I will show you, the Knights means ancient Rome. Look at this, the Knights of the Sun, S-U-N. So each one of each parcel here goes right up to the 33rd degree, which is, if you follow it up, you'll see right here, there's the emblem of the 33rd degree. That leads you right to the Supreme Pontiff Pope Constitution. Here's the symbol of Babylon. Here the official United States Army gives the Iron Cross, this one here, to the Marksman Shooting Badge. This one you get for U.S. Army Sharpshooter Badge, and here is the Expert Shooting Badge. And as you can see, here's the wreath of the olive branch. It's like when you win a race in the Olympics, they put the olive branch around your head. So here is a symbol of the olive branch around the sun symbol of Baal. Here's a statue of the first general of the Jesuits, Loyola, and his Inquisition skull. And here he is, and he's holding the Inquisition skull of the Protestants, of the Protestants. And this is found at the University Church in Seville, Spain. This is an article at a Time magazine, March 19th, 2006, and the headline is Spanish Inquisition, Gibson Agrees, Mel Gibson. And it goes on, it says, if he is so morbidly fascinated with the bloody deeds of the Jewish Pharisees and the Mayan priests, he doesn't hold a mirror to his own church and film the Spanish Inquisition. But Mel Gibson won't say that that's a future plan, but he nods and agrees that there are monsters in every culture. So isn't that interesting about the Inquisition of the Catholic Church? It's hid. In the Scriptures it says, the woman and the beast that carrieth her, Revelation 17:7. And here you see on the European Union coin the woman riding the beast. Now, and in Revelation 17:1, the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And here you see the European Union Parliament postage stamps issued in 1984. Here you have the woman, which we understand is the whore, and she's riding the beast upon the many waters, and there's the fish. So they're so blunt, they just stick this right on their postage stamps and on their money. And as you cruise down a little bit further here, you can also see this is the European Union office, and they got the whore riding the beast, a statue outside the European Union office in Brussels, and the woman riding the beast. Here's Time magazine, February 24th, 1992, and the cover story is The Holy Alliance. And you got Reagan and the Pope. And it says how Reagan and the Pope conspired to assist Poland's solidarity movement and hasten the demise of communism. And the article goes on, and it says, look what happened out of this secret agreement that they kept secret from the American people and the world. And look what happened when they had their secret meeting. They both brought down the Berlin Wall, ended the Cold War, and completely unraveled Soviet communism. And here you can see anytime we get in bed with the Holy Roman Empire, things happen. For those that don't know, we now have a Roman Catholic majority on our Supreme Court as of February 2006. You can go to chick.com. And most people are not aware of the Catholics have been taken over our high offices. Of course, Ronald Reagan, when he did the secret deal with the popes, the Knights honor Reagan. And this is out of the New York Times, January 3rd, 1989. And it says here, the Sovereign Military Hospitaller Order of St. John's, Jerusalem, and Rhodes and of Malta, Knights of Malta, presented the Grand Cross of Merit Special Class to President Reagan. And it says here that Mr. Reagan will be the first American president so honored. The first American. That's very important once we get into the Lincoln assassination and see what happened, the true story behind that. And here's the front cover of Time magazine, The Holy Alliance. Inside the Time magazine it says Ronald Reagan and John Paul II, the Pope, secretly joined forces. Inside this Time magazine article, Alexander Haig said this in Time magazine: the Vatican's information was absolutely better and quicker than ours in every respect. Here we're the ones that have spent all this money for Echelon and everything with the satellites and so forth, but the Vatican has better intelligence than America. This is during the Cold